They saw the ink and rolled their eyes. A butterfly, on a soldier's forearm. At a Tier 1 base, it looked like a joke. Who shows up with a butterfly tattoo? Someone muttered. They didn't know what it meant. Not yet. To them, she was just another clerk. Just a quiet woman with a pretty face and a strange tattoo. But that changed the day a SEAL commander walked in and saluted her first. The sun hammered the tarmac. Humvees shimmered in the heat. Boots crunched in formation. Orders barked. Sweat poured. And through it all walked Private First Class Mara Kent, 29. Logistics. She carried a clipboard. Sleeves rolled high. Voice steady but soft. Invisible. Forgettable. Her boots were polished. Her reports always accurate. She wasn't stationed near combat. She carried no rifle. The only thing anyone noticed? The butterfly tattoo inked above her right wrist. She got a butterfly on her arm. A Marine whispered in the chow line. What's she gonna do? Flutter at the enemy? Laughter followed. Mara ignored it. She always did. She was the supply girl. The quiet one. The ghost who walked unnoticed. Well-liked by officers, ignored by the brass, forgotten by the operators. Delta, Green Berets, SEALs, they all came through her desk for resupply. None ever looked twice. Until Tuesday. A blacked-out convoy rolled onto base. 6 men stepped out. Bearded. Scarred. Silent. Tier 1 operators, the kind who made walls shrink when they entered a room. Mara stood at the rear desk as they approached. The lead operator glanced at her. You the clerk? He asked. I'm the logistics officer of record, she replied calmly. He smirked. Didn't ask for your resume. The others chuckled. One added, I've seen more muscle on a barista. She didn't flinch. She handed over the crate, tag signed, posture perfect. Then the last man stepped in. Older, white at the temples, eyes like steel. He froze when he saw her tattoo. No, not her. Her arm. Silence. Then slowly he raised his hand and saluted. The operators blinked. A commander saluting a clerk? Mara hesitated, then returned it. Permission to speak freely, ma'am? The commander asked, voice low. She nodded. He leaned close. For words. You were at Kestrel. The room stiffened. Every eye darted to her tattoo. It wasn't just ink. It was a code. The emblem belonged only to Operation Kestrel, a joint mission erased from record books 5 years ago. 23 operatives had gone missing, presumed dead. Mara Kent was one of them. How are you still active? One operator whispered, no sarcasm left. Mara didn't answer. She turned and walked away, clipboard in hand. The commander's eyes followed her. She's not just active, he murmured. She's the reason we're alive. The next morning, Mara walked into Chow. The air buzzed. Someone had taped a blurry photo of her tattoo on the wall. In red marker, the word poser was scrawled. Recruits laughed. Loud. Mara didn't react. She got her tray. Eggs. Black coffee. Sat alone, facing the wall. Then 2 officers walked in. Lieutenant Sandor and Major Riggs. Hard men. No tolerance for pretenders. They saw the photo, snickered. Sandor spoke loudly. Looks like her inks got more clearance than her brain. Laughter. Mara set her fork down slowly. Her shoulders relaxed, hands still. Riggs tapped the photo. This you? He barked. No answer. You think that butterfly makes you one of them? Still silence. Sandor leaned in. Let me guess. You dated a SEAL. Stole it off his jacket. Mara lifted her eyes. Calm. Clear. No, she said flatly. My CO wore it the day we breached a compound in Nuristan. I was 3rd through the door. The room froze. Riggs blinked. What did you just say? Mara stood. Straight-backed. You've had your laugh. Now let me speak to someone who knows what this emblem means. And for the first time, she marched straight down the middle of the mess hall. Forks paused. Conversations died. Every head turned as she walked into the office marked operations. Enter. Came the voice. Inside sat Colonel Marcus Dane. Silver hair. Hardened eyes. The trident gleaming on his chest. Private Kent? He asked. Sir. requesting permission to clarify my record. He gestured. Mara slid a folded, creased document across his desk. Multiple seals stamped across it. He opened it. Froze. Operation Kestrel. Ember 2. Tier 1 Marksman. Commanding Officer, Declan Royce. Marcus blinked. This can't be real. Mara rolled her sleeve back. The full tattoo showed. A black star encircled with coordinates. That's the Ember sigil, Marcus whispered. Only 2 ever bore it. Yes, sir, she said. The others are buried in Arlington. Marcus stood slowly, walked around his desk. Then he saluted her. Through the open doorway, soldiers in the hallway froze. Colonel Dane, saluting a private. Mara returned the salute, then walked out, and suddenly no one laughed anymore. By noon, the base was buzzing. She's Ember 2. That op was classified ghost protocol. Colonel Dane saluted her. I saw it. Major Riggs stormed into Marcus' office. She's bluffing, sir. That op doesn't exist in any record. Marcus didn't look up. That's because you don't have clearance. I'm a major. A SEAL. Sit down. Marcus turned the file. This isn't a bluff. That emblem? Black class clearance. Her file isn't in your system. It's buried 6 floors beneath the Pentagon. Riggs paled. I've only seen it once before. So have I, Marcus said. On Declan Royce, the commander who died pulling 5 men out of Nuristan. The night he died, Ember 2 dragged 2 of them out under fire. Guess who that was? Riggs fell silent. You mocked a ghost, Major, Marcus said coldly. And she saluted you. The following morning, a Black Hawk touched down. General Caven stepped off, straight into Marcus' office. 5 minutes later, Mara was summoned. She entered, posture straight. You're Kent? The general asked. Yes, sir. He held up her Ember clearance. Do you know what this means? I do. Then you know the trouble it brings when it surfaces. I revealed nothing, sir. They mocked the tattoo. I only answered when cornered. Caven sighed. Declan Royce trusted you. He signed your Ember clearance. You saved 2 of my men that night. That makes this personal. He turned to Marcus. She stays. Full access reinstated. And the base will know. No one mocks her again. Then he faced Mara. You may not wear a trident, but you've been deeper in the black than any of them. Don't forget that. I haven't, sir. For a while, silence returned. Until 04:20 hours. The first boom shattered the night. Then another. Then blackout. Alarms died. Sensors froze. Cameras blinked out. Only one post still had power. Checkpoint Echo. The southern gate, where Mara Kent stood. 4 dark figures dropped from a low hovering chopper. No flags. No call signs. She flicked the safety off her rifle. Tapped the silent alarm. Nothing. Line dead. It was just her. And them. The first intruder cut through the fence. She fired once. He dropped. 3 left. A flashbang flew. She turned, counted, popped up. 2 shots. 1 man down, 1 crawling. The last sprinted. Mara vaulted the barricade, moving low, fast, fluid, surgical. She was behind him before he reached the tower. On your knees, she ordered. He raised his weapon. Too late. 1 muffled shot. He collapsed. Minutes later, APCs roared in. Soldiers spilled out, weapons raised. Colonel Dane arrived, wide-eyed. 5 bodies lay on the ground. Mara stood over them, sleeves stained red. Report, he barked. EMP drone over northern sector. They landed here, all neutralized. Alone, she nodded. No time to wait. General Caven arrived, pale. That tattoo, he whispered. It wasn't a warning. It was a seal. By sunrise, word had spread. 1 woman. 5 infiltrators. Neutralized before the base could react. Intel confirmed. Rogue paramilitary testing U.S. defenses. They hadn't expected resistance at the forgotten southern gate. But they hadn't expected her. Mara Kent refused medals. Refused promotions. She stayed where she was. Same post. Same boots. Same calm stare at the horizon. But the whispers changed. No more laughter. No more jokes. Now, when recruits saw the butterfly tattoo, they didn't call her poser. They saluted, because the emblem wasn't just ink. It wasn't a memory of who she was. It was proof of who she still was. The last one standing, when everyone else was gone. If the story inspired you, let us know where you're watching from in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to Tales Binanya for more stories.